Hello, welcome or welcome back. My name is Ari, and today I've got a book haul for you. Now, if you're new to my book haul, I kind of make a game out of it, and I try to read more books than I haul each month. Down here on the bottom you'll see that I have hauled, or you will see a hauled side versus a read side. I think it's over here. I don't remember. I don't know what's going on in my life. But somewhere at the bottom here you will see that I have 10 books that I have read this month that count as something that I has previously, or that count as haulable books. I can promise you in the stack next to me, which you may be able to see, the book right here, I have hauled more than 10 books. So I have lost this month already. I know it. Easy math. So I am going to set a punishment for myself, and in August I cannot purchase books for myself. So next month's haul, the haul at the end of August, or the haul in early September for August, the only books you will see in that haul are BookBox books that have been sent to me in my various books boxes, and then my Libro FM ARCs. There won't be any books that I purchase myself unless I pre-ordered something, which I really don't think I did. I think any pre-orders I have come in September, or I've ordered something and it's arriving late, which I also do not think that is the case. I don't recall ordering anything, but 99.9% chance that it will only be the BookBox books, because I'm not going to actively purchase anything this month. Let's see how bad I did, and let me tell you, I bought way too many freaking books this month. First off, I'm going to tell you that I hauled 6 books, and I'm not going to tell you what those 6 books are because they are for a future project I am working on. So I'm not going to talk about them, I'm not going to show you them, I'm just going to be an asshole and add 6 books to the count of hauled books. And that's it. Sorry. Not really sorry. Let's get into the books that I purchased for myself this month. The first 2 were pre-orders. I got The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. Grady Hendrix is quickly turning into one of my favorite authors, and I really want to read this, though I don't know when I'm going to get time. I may save this for October, because read a creepy book in a creepy month. I also pre-ordered A Psalm for the Wild build by Becky Chambers. This is the first book in her new Monk and Robot series. I read this month. I did not read that one, obviously, but I read this one and I liked it, but not as much as Wayfarer. Next up, this is a accidental purchase. It is The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. I meant to get The Woman in Black. So this is just gonna sit on my classic shelf and probably never get read, at least not anytime soon. Next up, I ordered Paper Girls 1 through 6, which is a graphic novel by, who is this by? Brian K. Vaughan. I don't really know what this is about, but I really enjoyed the first 2 volumes of Saga by Brian K. Vaughan, so I just impulsively ordered these because I'm interested. Speaking of Saga, I also ordered the whole ass like book 1 compendium. I think this is like volumes 1 through 9 of Saga or something like that, but it's big and it's heavy, and yeah, this is the best graphic novel series I've ever read. Not that I've read a whole lot, but this one's sitting at top easily so far. She thick. And that's everything that I bought myself, which doesn't seem like a whole hell of a lot from this stack, but remember there's 6 books that aren't being shown here. So we're gonna go into BookBox books. I got The Odyssey by Homer in my Coffee and a Classic. I have zero plans to ever read this. Zero interest, but it's a cute addition, so it'll look nice on my shelves. 2 books I received in my, what is that called? It's like a sci-fi book box where they just send you 2 hardback sci-fi books for like $17 a month, are Early Riser by Jasper Fforde. This book sounds really good. I'm sad that I didn't get a chance to read it last month, but I think I'm gonna make this a priority to read because it really sounds super interesting. It's like a futuristic book where people like sleep through the winter or sleep through the summer, like humans hibernate, and it follows the perspective of somebody who has to wake up early and prepare everything for the rest of the humans to wake up to. The other book out of that box was The Sky Is Yours by Chandler, I can't read that, Smith. Chandler something Smith. I don't remember what this is about, but apparently it wasn't interesting enough to like grab my attention. But I have it. It exists. Next up, I got Exciting Times by Nosy Dolan out of my queer book box. It's a new to me book box. I hated this book, but it's basically everything that I would normally hate in a book, which is contemporary romance. And one of the major tropes was like a cheating trope and like lying to your partner trope, which is basically like the worst thing that I could think of to read about. So not my cup of tea, but if none of that bothers you and you want to read a queer polyamorous book, I got you. I got you. Next up in my Book Nerds Essentials book box, I got The Secret History of Wonder Woman by Jill Lepore. This is a biography about the author of Wonder Woman, who is... This is wild. This is like... Nothing about what this book sounds like or looks like is what you're gonna expect out of this book. This guy led a wild fucking life. But polyamory again, there you go, you're welcome. If you're really interested in Wonder Woman, you may be interested in this. Next up, I subscribed to Page One, which for 6 months they send you a book based off of like what you say you want in books. So you like fill out this questionnaire saying like this is what I'm interested in receiving, and then they send you books based on that, and they nailed it. They nailed it for month 1. They sent me Future Feeling by Josh Lake. This is a book about a trans man, and it's weird as fuck. There's a little bit of a romance in it. It's sci-fi magical realism, but I thoroughly enjoyed this. And yeah, it fit my profile perfectly. So whomever picked this for me from Page One did an awesome job. I hope they keep it up for the 5 remaining months. And the last book box book came out of my Book of the Month club. That was Razorblade Tears. I did read this month. I did pretty decent about reading all of my book box books this month. I hated this though. The premise for this book sounded amazingly awesome. The execution was one of the most boring things I've ever read. Like, it's tiny and it took me 3 days to get through it because I kept getting distracted by TikTok instead of reading this book because I just didn't care. Like, I legitimately did not care. But the queer rep in this book is really interesting because it's from the perspective of like 2 fathers of gay sons, and both of the fathers are ex-cons, and they're homophobic. Like, they're just straight up homophobic, but both of their sons get murdered and they realize that they fucked up and their homophobia cost them their son's love, and they still love their sons. So they set about revenge and then growing as people throughout this book. And that aspect of it was really awesome, but the story itself was predictable and boring, and I hated it, so... Anyway, that concludes my haul. As you can see from my numbers below, I failed miserably, but this is the first month that I've failed, so I think it's okay. I will try to make it up next month. My goal is to read mostly from my backlist, so hopefully I can do that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!